Okay, good evening, everyone. JP Koster here, coming to you from Cape Town. I'm a Platinum Presidential with Mannatech. And well, first of all, well done for being on the call this evening. I think it's going to be an incredibly exciting call because we've got Dr. Strydom on the call, who's going to be sharing a little bit about integrative healthcare and health and wellness. And honestly, for me, I believe it's one of the most important investments you can ever make is, of course, investing in health and wellness. So, that's really what all our products are all about. And it's really just the piece of the puzzle that really makes it all come together. So, when I think of Dr. Kriki Strydom, I think about, what Paracelsus, who was really the Swiss physician, alchemist, and astrologer, really spoke and said that the art of healing comes from nature, not from the physician. Therefore, the physician must start from nature with an open mind. And I really believe, for me, that exemplifies really what she's all about, because she's not only a medical doctor, she's also someone that's really got a massive passion for healing and healthcare, and really realizing that, that your health is really your first wealth. And, I don't want to go through her CV and all those sorts of things this evening. I don't think that's important. I think I'd like to call her a friend and someone that's got a massive, massive passion and heart to really help people. And if you're on the call tonight for the first time, welcome on the call. Please get back to the person that invited you to the call this evening. And over to you.
Thanks very much, JP. Thank you so much, JP, for always being there to support us in this business. And if it wasn't for you, I don't think I'd have anything like the understanding of the business that I do. So, guys, I'm a medical doctor. I qualified in 1984. And during my journey with medicine, I found, in fact, that chemical medicine wasn't really the answer to all of life's health challenges. And why I say that is because chemical medicine, to a large extent, is symptomatic. And, doctors give you medication to cure certain symptoms and certain conditions that you have. But the problem is, when you suffer from a lifestyle-related condition, medicine actually can't cure you from that. What cures you from that is to actually go to the core and the root cause of the condition, and to actually look at that and to say, well, I need to go back to what caused it in the first instance and, try and cure it from that point of view. And how this all came about for me is that I was a medical doctor in clinical private practice, and then I was in corporate employment for a long time. And during that time, I was responsible for corporate health and wellness programs, and found that I could change very few people's problems because I didn't have a specific tool to enable people to change their health. We could give medication, but we couldn't get to the core of the lifestyle problem. Now, I had to undergo a severe health challenge to get to the point where I understood the importance of nutrition. Medical doctors are not trained in nutrition, and medical doctors, by the very nature, are trained in medicine and surgery. That's why it's an MBCHB, it's a Magister of Surgery and Medicine. So I didn't know anything about nutrition, and I had to become severely ill before I understood anything about nutrition. And through my health challenge and my health journey, I started studying nutrition primarily to heal myself, and then also to heal my family. But in this journey, along this journey, I came across a company called Mannatech. And what changed everything for me was the understanding that Mannatech's products are real food technology, and the fact that what you're taking in is actually broccoli and cauliflower and spinach and kale, and not some chemical components. And initially, I didn't really understand the difference between chemical supplementation and natural supplementation, but through my health challenge, I came to understand that. And during this journey, when I recovered my own health, and I then recovered my family's health, and it then escalated to different people, I realized that I have a passion to actually go and tell everybody about this specific technology that is able to actually reverse all of the lifestyle conditions that you may suffer of. So what I have through my journey realized is that most people have health and wellness challenges that do not fall into a particular disease category, but it does leave them tired, lethargic, stressed, anxious, depressed, and just generally under the weather. They go to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, I don't find anything wrong with you. You don't have a specific condition. But the person went to the doctor in the first instance because they were not feeling well. So most people do not jump out of bed at 4 a.m. in the morning in anticipation of the day ahead, except maybe on a weekend or a holiday, depending on what you've got planned. But why is that? Why is it that people are tired, they are stressed, they're lethargic, they're unhappy, they're irritable? There is an old saying that says just because you're sick doesn't mean that you're healthy. And I think the core of the issue is exactly that. Everybody knows that our food that we buy in grocery stores does not contain all the nutrients that we require. And everybody says that they find it very hard to get their kids to eat vegetables on a daily basis. So I have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is that the people are right. Our food is totally depleted of nutrients, and it does not contain anything like the amount of vitamins and minerals that we require to be optimally healthy and energetic. And the good news is that with Mannatech supplements, you can improve the situation substantially, and you can change your health and wellness forever. So Mannatech is a company that was founded on the discovery of a new class of nutrients called glycans or glyconutrients, which is Mannatech's proprietary name for glycans. So scientists know it as glycans. If you want to refer a scientist to glyconutrient technology, rather speak to them about glycans, because that is the actual biological name of these nutrients. Glycans are not vitamins or minerals, but they much like vitamins and minerals, they're found in plants. Unfortunately, due to green harvesting, warehousing, pesticides and chemicals, and I think most people are aware of the fact that our food has changed over the last couple of decades, we do not get all the glycans that we need from our diet. In addition to that, we don't eat a very varied diet. Most people eat similar food for breakfast, similar food for lunch, similar food for supper on a daily basis. And we don't eat food that's in season. Now, food that in season would contain more vitamins and minerals and glycans than food that we have that's out of season, purely because of the warehousing and the transporting. But what are these glycans and what do they do? If you've never heard of glycans, like I didn't, I was totally obfuscated in terms of glycans. I had no idea what people were talking about when they were talking about cellular communication. I'd never heard of glycans or that they're responsible for cellular communication. So I want to explain to you what glycans are. And for this exercise, I need you to actually visualize a cell. Now, a cellular structure, just visualize a round ball. And on the outside of this ball, say it's a red ball, on the outside of this red ball, there are little hairs that are sticking up like little trees out of this ball. And attached to these little hairs on the outside, there are smaller little strands or attachments, little beads you can call them, and they are the glycans. Now, this is a furry covering on the outside of every cell. And these little glycans, these little pearls, if you may, actually communicate with one another, and the cells talk to the cells next to them. Fortunately, the cells talk very quietly, otherwise we would have very noisy bodies and nobody would be able to communicate at all. So on the outside, this covering has to have these glycans, and there are 8 glyconutrients or glycans that are essential for human health. And 6 of those glycans we don't get in our diet anymore. Now, 5 of those glycans you do get in breast milk, which gives you an indication of how important they are, because we all know that breast milk is one of the most important things for a baby to grow and to be able to thrive, and also for its immune system. And that's why these glycans are actually in the breast milk. So in our diet today, 6 of these glycans are completely depleted from our diet. And if these glycans are not on the outside of these cells, the cells cannot communicate with one another. Now, if you go back to very many health conditions and health challenges are related to cellular communication. If you define cancer as an example, cancer is defined at a very high level as a systemic breakdown of cellular communication. So the cellular communication doesn't work, and therefore the cells cannot recognize that there's a cancer cell next to them, and they cannot actually send killer cells to come and kill the cell. On a normal basis, you and I make 1,000 cancer cells every day. And our bodies actually heal ourselves from cancer because they recognize that's a cancer cell. They send killer cells, and the killer cells go and destroy this cancer. The problem is if you don't have those glycans, cancer cells multiply and they make many more cancer cells, and many more cancer cells become a tumor. And these tumors, this tumor just grows and spreads and spreads and spreads. Unless you actually take in glyconutrients, you actually take them into your diet and you eat them, then the glycans can form on the outside of the cell again. The cell can suddenly recognize that there's cancer growing next to it, and it can actually then come and attack that cancer cell. So in the absence of glyconutrients, you've got a huge problem. But if you do take glyconutrients, you've got a chance that your body can combat this cancer by itself. In the same way, autoimmune diseases start when your body actually attacks its own cells, its own healthy cells, cells that it didn't know was healthy because it had no glycans on the outside, so it couldn't communicate. So it's looking at this healthy cell next to it, and it actually then looks at it and says, I wonder if you're a virus. Are you maybe a bacteria? Are you a fungus? You know, are you a cancer cell? Should I kill you? And then because it has to protect the body, it actually calls killer cells and it actually kills a normal cell. And that is when the doctor says you have an autoimmune disease, your body is attacking itself. So this is what glycans are all about. So most of the Mannatech products contain glycans as a core ingredient, and this differentiates our products from all other available health and wellness products. Mannatech have the sole patents on all glycans or manufacturing of all glycans. So there is no other company that can actually manufacture glycans as such. The flagship product of Mannatech is Ambritose, which is a product that consists only of the essential glycans. And Ambritose has been scientifically proven to do the following: to improve cellular communication, improve digestive function, improve immune function, improve memory, improve concentration, improve cognitive function, improve mood, decrease irritability. Do you think there's a key there if you think of children with concentration problems? Do you think that perhaps Ambritose, being a cellular communication, improvement in cellular communication, improving memory and improving concentration, could perhaps help children that have concentration problems? Most definitely. It's been tested and tried for that and proven to be very, very effective at helping with that. So all Mannatech, it also decreases irritability and improves mood. And all Mannatech products are made from real food and contain no chemicals, no preservatives, no artificial colorants or flavorants. This is very important because chemical vitamins and minerals are actually not good for your health at all. And they place a further chemical load on your liver, your kidneys, and your brain. They're made from petroleum byproducts, coal tar derivatives, limestone, and iron filings. That's hardly the kind of supplementation that your body needs. Your body needs vitamins and minerals from plants, from real food. So it's really critical to distinguish between a chemical vitamin and a real food vitamin. Mannatech has a range of real food supplements that include products for general well-being support, fat loss and lean muscle mass, sport performance, skin care and aging, children's health, targeted health, such as immune system, cardiac health, and inflammation support. And they also have a range of very pure organic essential oils, which have a multitude of health benefits. As a medical doctor, I've just recently started realizing how valuable essential oils really are. You can just go and do a Google search on essential oils to see the vast array of scientific information that's been published on the benefits of essential oils. Now, there are 6 core Mannatech products that I would recommend for every individual to use on a daily basis. So I'm going to be speaking about adults now, but for children, it would basically be the Manna Bears and then some of the other supplementation. I'll touch on that just now. But firstly, Ambritose, which, as I said, is the flagship product. Now, Ambritose comes in 2 formats, advanced and complex. So advanced Ambritose you would use for problems with a poor immune system. So where your immune system's been compromised and with infections, you would use advanced Ambritose. Complex Ambritose you would use with inflammation and autoimmune diseases. This is where your immune system attacks your own cells, as I told you earlier. Now, most health conditions today is related to inflammation. So you can't go wrong with using complex. But I want to stress, guys, Mannatech's products are just food. So you can never make a mistake. Even if you've given the advanced ambitose or suggested the advanced ambitose or ordered the advanced ambitose and you realize afterwards, oh damn, I should have ordered the complex, I promise you've not made a mistake. You can just take it. It's still just food. The one is better and the other one is best. So they are really very close in terms of efficiency, and you don't have to worry about that. Ambitose also comes in a powder or a capsule form, but it's very important to know that the powder is 2.5 times stronger than the capsules, hence the price difference between the two. So anybody with a critical health challenge should definitely rather use the powder. The next class is vitamin and mineral complex, a vitamin and mineral complex, and you should use one of the following. You should use either Catalyst, Phytomatrix, Nutrivirus, or Mannabase. Mannabase is for children, and it's a chewable vitamin and mineral complex that also contains glyconutrients. So it's a very good vitamin mineral complex for children. Now, Catalyst and Phytomatrix are very similar. Catalyst just has, more of certain classes of vitamins, and I would suggest that you start with Catalyst. Nutrivirus is a complex combination product between vitamins and minerals. It's a powder in a powder form, and it also contains glycans or glyconutrients. The next one that you should be using is Plus. So this is the third one, which is a plant sterol. That's very important for your endocrine system. It will make you feel very good. This pill is known as Mannatech's Happy Pill. It's exceptionally good for men and for women. It balances the endocrine system, and it's there for your mood. If you want peace in your house, give it to your teenagers and your wife. Remember, happy wife, happy life. AO is the next supplement that you should be taking. It's an antioxidant, also contains ambitose as well, and it combats oxidative stress. It's a very, very good antioxidant. This is basically to curb aging. Our bodies rust from the inside as we age, just as a car rusts when it's exposed to air and to cold, to wet, it rusts. This is due to stress, pesticides, chemicals, and pollution. This is Mannatech's anti-aging secret. So if you want to look younger, there's your clue. Use your AO on a daily basis. The next very important supplement is omega-3. And Mannatech's omega-3 also contains vitamin D3, which is a really superb, very pure omega supplement. It's not a normal fish oil supplement. A normal omega-3, what they call omega-3 supplements, contains fish oil and not pure omega-3. Mannatech's omega-3 has got only the omega-3 in it, and therefore it's very well absorbed by the gut, and you get no fish burp or fish aftertaste at all. You can take it on a completely empty stomach with no gastric side effects. In fact, there are many people that cut it open and squirt it into their children's mouths with no serious taste effects. The children actually love it. It's an amazing anti-inflammatory supplement. Omega-3 is a stronger anti-inflammatory supplement, much more powerful than a chemical anti-inflammatory that's prescribed by doctors for pain and inflammation, and it doesn't have any of the chemical side effects. What you do need to understand is that it's a food supplement, and therefore it takes longer to work. It's a food, it's not a medicine, but its work is permanent and not just symptomatic. So if you want beautiful hair and skin, or you want to accelerate your fat loss, this is the product for you. In addition, you'll be brainy too, as it's very important for brain function. That's why you should give it to your children. Just think, you can be young, beautiful, and smart. So the next supplement is my absolute personal favorite, and the one that actually got me into Mannatech, is the GI Pro Balance. This is a pre and a probiotic. 80 to 90% of all health conditions start in the gut. Gut health is of critical importance in health and well-being. More than 80% of patients that I see have very serious gut issues, and therefore their overall health suffers. In order to correct the gut function, you need good gut bacteria. This is by far the best probiotic that I know of, and it improves your gut function in a matter of days. I've had a multitude of patients who've said to me that their gut has remarkably recovered in a few days. If your child is moody and hyperactive, the chances are that he or she has a gut problem. Just try the GI Pro Balance for a few days and you'll be amazed at the difference. So for children, I would suggest that you definitely start them off on Mannatech and GI Pro Balance. In addition, if you can give them the omega-3, that will be fantastic, and you'll definitely see a remarkable improvement in their school marks. Now, there are two types of people in the world. There are those that struggle with their health and their energy levels on an ongoing basis, and they do nothing about it. And then there are those people that become informed about their health and nutrition and find a plan to help them improve. Or you can put it this way. There are two types of people in the world. There are those that pay attention to their health timeously, and there are those that pay much more for their ill health later. Mannatech can help you look after your health and your wellness and create a brand new you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please get back to the person that invited you. Goodbye.